Good evening, guys, and happy Friday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I will have a Meijer and small, possibly little Walgreens haul for you guys tomorrow. And honestly, I don't know what we're getting to as far as projects go. I would like to finally get the last vegetable garden bed in. My dad has still not finished it. He's still not finished staining the wood, which we bought 2 weeks ago, and he still has not finished tilling the ground, and I don't know that we have all the dirt for it either. I'm not completely sure yet. So I'm a little, like I said, upset that that's still not completely done and finished. But like I said, hopefully that at least will be in tomorrow. I'm not sure what else though, other than the grocery shopping in the morning we're gonna wind up getting to. But it is hot out like this week. Like honestly, this has been the hottest weather I think so far that we've had pretty much all summer, and consistently, like where it has been like in the 80s, 90s for like over a week at least now. And so that's why, like too, yesterday we had to go out and water the garden beds because it was you know, it's been so hot this week, and it hasn't rained since last weekend, but I think it's supposed to rain on Sunday, so hopefully we won't need to really water it because we gave it a really good soaking. Like we won't have to water it then on, what day is that? Sunday. Hopefully over the weekend we won't have to water it until after that. But yes, all of the grass is looking very, very crispy outside, and because it's not rained and it's been so hot, and we have no trees, so all of our grass is like pretty much dead right now. But that is why I don't know, like I said, what or how much we're going to wind up getting done. I don't really know what else we have to do outside. I mean, there's always stuff to do, but like I don't know like what projects or anything like that too that we're like, oh, we specifically need to like get to this or whatever. Like there's a couple things, but like one of the big things that I really want to do is finally get the stinking deck roof redone, which I honestly don't think it's going to be that hard or that difficult, but I don't know. My dad's like, well, we probably, I think the thing that's holding us up is that we'd have to order the materials most likely, that we can't like what's it called, like we probably have to ship it to our house and not like drive, like we can't put it all in our car because it won't fit, or our SUV. Like if we had a truck we'd probably be able to, but I don't think that it will all fit the pieces that we need, because I think we need like 10-foot long pieces, or maybe they sell them in 12-foot long sections, something like that. I'm not totally sure, but either way they will most likely not fit in the back of our car. So or like I said, the SUV. So that's why I actually don't even really know what our car slash SUV slash, I call it an SUV, but and I don't think it's like a hatchback. I don't really know actually what it's called. It's so weird. Like there's cars and trucks, but then like, and then you have like a minivan. Everything else in between that, like to me, is like an SUV. I know it stands for something specific, but it's eluding me right now as to what the name of it is. But like I said, everything that's not one of those three things, or like obviously like a semi, or you know, some other type of like tractor or whatever, like anything else like on the road to me is like an SUV. Like if it's like that, like standard mid-size sort of, but like they have all those weird names for like other like cars sort of things and stuff like that. Any vehicle, you know, like if it's not like a specifically like a car, a truck, or like I said, like a minivan, I call everything else an SUV. But my mom keeps like trying to say like, oh no, our like what we have is not an SUV, but it sits 7. But again, it's not a minivan, and like the back like the back seat can go down, and normally we almost always have the back seat down, because unless we're traveling with a lot of people, like Jack normally only sits in the back, like all the way in the back, and then like if we're all going somewhere, my parents sit in the front, and then me and Matthew sit in the 2 middle seats. And like I said, Jack, oh no, wait, it has more than that. I'm sorry, there's 2 seats in the back and there's 3 in the middle seat. So we normally don't even have to have the back seat in. That's only like if we have another person coming with us. So yeah, like I said, I guess that's the case. Anyway, totally got sidetracked. So normally normally we can have the backs, like the far back seats, we can have it down permanently and we can still travel comfortably in it because it's got the 3 seats in the middle. But like again, if we really wanted to spread out or something like that, and or we're traveling with other people, then we can put, you know, like somebody else can sit in the back seat. So either way, yes, that's what our SUV thing is. It wouldn't fit that stuff in there, so I don't know. We will have to like I said, figure out the projects that are going to go on for this week. I really don't, like I said, I don't know what else to do. Like, my dad, I think, did some weed whacking, because when we were in the vegetable garden bed yesterday, like, all the stuff was, like, growing in the walkway, and we're planning on getting some type of, like, stuff. We're going to do something, like, in the walkway area there. We're going to do something there so that it's not all just, like, grass, because that's what it is. So somebody has to either mow the lawn or weed whack. But Jack, I don't think the lawnmower actually can get through this space. I actually think maybe it's like 3 feet or close to it, so it might still be able to fit, but like it doesn't matter because the stuff grows up on the side, and so like of where the raised beds are, so my dad has to weed whack it anyway, so I don't think Jack really does. And honestly too, normally from walking through there sort of trampling on it, it really doesn't wind up, nothing grows really back there. Or like I said, like along the path, it's just like on the sides, like where the raised garden beds are, for the vegetable garden bed. So I don't know, I heard my dad outside at some point today with a weed whacker. At least I think it was him. It could have been a neighbor. But I know he was outside at one point and I heard it, and I was like, I think that might be him, but I don't think he did the backyard. So that's also one of the big things that's becoming a problem, is that because my dad hasn't weed whacked like at all, like it seems like since like the beginning of July probably, or like the end of June, because we haven't gotten very much rain. So like everybody's like, oh, we don't need to mow the lawn because there's no lawn, it's just crispy. But like there's still like weeds still grow, and two, you also get a lot of times like crabgrass that does wind up, like certain grass and other weeds and things like that do still wind up like growing in the lawn. And so like, and they're tall, like there's this stinking weed that's out there that's like up to my knee, that needs to be weed whacked, and because it's like still in the, like it's on the edge of like the garden, but it's not in the garden. And so the problem too with that is that then when it flowers, it releases all the seeds and they just go into the like garden beds, and then I have to weed them out because nobody decided, like they were just like, oh, because it hasn't rained, nothing's growing. Like weeds still grow. They literally do not need water. Like they are some type of weird crazy hybrid sort of like thing that, like, I wish that lawn could look like that, but in the blaring sun of our front yard, which is like, you know, no shade, and again 90-degree heat with no rain for the last week, the weeds just, they thrive in it, and our lawn is like, looks like I said, like crispy desert out there. So that's why somebody still has to take care of that stuff, like, you know. And like I said, normally grows right around the like garden bed, and that's the part that needs to be weed whacked. And so now I'm having problems where stuff is starting to come into the garden beds, and now I'm gonna have to spend a whole days worth of time weeding stuff out of there, which is not what I really want to do, because like I said, it's been almost a month now that somebody hasn't been weed whacking or mowing the lawn either. So anyways, yes, the back lawn is probably the worst. Like it looks the worst just because there's a lot of like weeds that are growing through it. But in the front yard, our grass is pretty much like, there's not that many weeds that wind up growing through it. And the thing is that we use, like, again, things in the front lawn, but because the dogs go in the backyard, we don't put anything in the backyard other than grass seed. Like if there's patches, we will put grass seed down, but we don't put any like kind of fertilizer or, you know, like a weed and feed, like that kind of stuff. We don't do any of that in the backyard because of the dogs. We only do it in the front yard. And so like I said, you know, like the backyard is kind of a little crazy. There's a lot of stuff, but the thing is that if you actually stay on top of it and you do mow and or weed whack a lot, you do sort of like keep the weeds at least in check somewhat, where you can actually give the grass a fighting chance. But when people don't wind up taking care of it and the grass starts dying because it's so hot and the weeds are thriving, then it looks horrible out there. And so like I said, that's the state of what the backyard pretty much looks like, because it's, I think Jack mowed the lawn either last week or maybe the week before that, but the back lawn already again looks pretty bad, and we did get rain. So it's like the weeds can survive weeks without rain, but then when it does rain, it's like they're like, oh, we're good, you know, like the grass does not come back and bounce back so quickly. So like I said, it's a whole process with the back lawn and the dogs and letting them out, and you know, like I said, but it is a whole process in the backyard with the weeds and the grass and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I got everything done too today that I wanted to. I finished my, I edited and uploaded today, which I've been staying on top of every single day. I also ended up doing dishes and laundry today too, so I've been on top of it this week at least, and like I said, I've been all caught up with the vlogs, like they're all caught up with, so I should be able to edit tomorrow's, hopefully, if I have enough time. Again, we're not doing too much project things or anything like that, because on those days, like Saturdays are probably the day I'm most likely to not edit, just because if we have a lot of stuff going on, then I don't get a chance to. But Sundays, because my mom is sleeping from, like, you know, working night shifts, and so like we don't wind up doing a whole lot of loud stuff, outside stuff or anything like that. I normally have quiet time to be able to edit on Sunday. So if I have to catch up, like, I can do that on Sunday, which I think I did last week. Or maybe I did it in reverse. Maybe I didn't do it on Sunday for some reason, but I did on Saturday. I don't remember. Anyways, it got all done though over the weekends, and it just, I was like one day off. But like I said, normally on the weekends is when I'm not super on top of it. But anyways though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. You sneezing over there? You okay? You got the sniffles? You got allergies or something? But I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. So bye guys.